by convicted felons there to supervise them. New reality where there's trouble in store for a lot of teenagers looking for work this summer. And twist and shout, 5 years after Superstorm Sandy, an iconic attraction returns to the boardwalk. Nightly News begins right now.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening. It's nice to have you with us on this Friday. Maybe you've seen this movie before. A Republican majority still finding it hard to get the votes for a signature issue to repeal and replace Obamacare, much like what their counterparts in the House of Representatives faced during their first try back in March. Senate Republicans tonight find themselves short of the votes needed to pass a draft health care plan that they uncloaked yesterday after weeks of secrecy. In classic Washington style, battle lines are drawn, but the ones of most immediate concern to Republicans are those within their own ranks, with just a week until the vote deadline. Our Casey Hunt has late details.
All night. Healthcare is a human right all day, all night.
Republican senators under fire at home today.
Senator Toomey, do the right thing. Show up and give us health care.
With the Senate Republican health care plan finally released, Democrats trying to keep up the pressure.
This is not trying to be overly dramatic. Thousands of people will die.
Tonight, another blow to the bill's chances.
This is the bill.
Nevada Republican Senator Dean Heller saying he's a no.
I'm announcing today that in this form I will not support it.
The first moderate Republican to oppose it because he says the cuts to Medicaid go too far. He's joining 4 conservatives who are saying no because the bill doesn't go far enough to repeal Obamacare. But 3 no votes and the plan fails.
Well, there are also 4 good guys and they're 4 friends of mine, and I think that they'll probably get there. We'll have to see.
On Capitol Hill today, signs there's room to negotiate. Mark Meadows led the conservative revolt in the House.
Could we vote for this bill today? The answer is no. Are we optimistic we can get amendments? Yes.
Not open to it? A long list of medical advocacy groups, including the AARP and the American Academy of Pediatrics, who say it will cut coverage for millions.
No health care?
No peace.
In Pennsylvania, more than 500,000 would lose Medicaid expansion coverage in 2021.
My greatest fear is ending up in a nursing home because these sort of services aren't available to me in the future.
You just can't get large-scale public policy passed in any significant way without public support, and they just don't have the public support.
It's going to be an incredibly critical weekend for this bill, with senators back home and under incredible pressure from voters. They're going to have to decide fast because Republican leaders want to hold a vote on this next week. Lester.
Casey Hunt at the Capitol tonight. Casey, thank you. Now to the rising tensions between the U.S. and Russia. President Trump today once again dismissing any notion there was collusion between his campaign and Russian hackers. But tonight, NBC News has learned of new warnings that the administration has done little so far to prevent Russia or others from interfering in future elections. NBC News Chief White House correspondent Hallie Jackson with the details.
Tonight, an urgent warning from multiple government officials and outside experts. NBC News has learned that the U.S. may not be ready to stop Russia or others from interfering in our next election.
The Trump administration is woefully missing in action, and we're going to need to figure out how to get them in the game, and fast.
Current and former U.S. intelligence officials tell NBC News Russia interfered with 2016 in 3 key ways: by spreading fake news online, by hacking and leaking embarrassing material, and by cyber attacking election databases. That never changed any votes. To stop it from happening again, experts say the government would need to coordinate with tech companies to stop the flow of fake news, show Vladimir Putin there's a cost to interfering, and give states more tools to prevent and recover from cyber attacks.
It's certainly not clear to me that the president and senior levels of the administration have weighed in with the Russians or made clear to the public our determination to stop this.
But tonight, crucial positions are still not permanently filled at the Department of Homeland Security. And on the local level, NBC News contacted officials in every state. Dozens say they've had only limited contact with the Trump administration.
What do you say to those critics who say you're not doing enough?
We'll continue to engage them and find out ways that we can strengthen the integrity of our system.
The White House says it's sending letters to states and municipalities next week, asking them to send data to an election fraud commission, and points to the signing of a cybersecurity executive order as a step toward protecting elections. The president today raising his own questions about something else, the special counsel investigation led by Robert Mueller.
Well, he's very, very good friends with Comey, which is very bothersome. Robert Mueller's an honorable man, and hopefully he'll come up with an honorable solution.
And after saying he had no tapes of his conversations with Comey, the president explaining why he implied it in the first place.
When he found out that that there may be tapes out there, whether it's governmental tapes or anything else, and who knows, I think his story may have changed.
A White House official tells me tonight when it comes to protecting our elections, there are some moves the public will see and some they won't, since the administration doesn't want to publicly telegraph everything it's doing. Lester?
Hallie Jackson at the White House, thank you. A second mistrial has been declared in the case of a former Cincinnati police officer who was charged with fatally shooting an unarmed motorist in an incident caught on camera. He's now the third former officer to avoid conviction for a deadly shooting in the U.S. within a week's time. NBC's Ron Mott now with the story.
You have a license on you? What some see as a clear case of excessive force. Former University of Cincinnati police officer Ray Tensing opening fire on unarmed driver Sam DuBose has once again confounded an Ohio jury, the case ending in a mistrial for the second time as prosecutors argue Tensing claimed he was in danger.
We've got a problem when the justice system doesn't apply equally to everybody.
State of Ohio versus Raymond Tensing.
Though Tensing was quickly charged with murder in 2015 after a confrontation that began as a minor traffic stop, prosecuting the case has proven far more challenging.
This is the most asinine act I've ever seen a police officer make.
In a statement, the DuBose family said they are outraged, demanding justice for all these men who have been murdered by police officers who have escaped guilty verdicts.
Told him not to reach for it.
Men like Philando Castile, shot 5 times by a Minnesota cop after a traffic stop in front of his girlfriend and her 4-year-old daughter, who tried to calm her handcuffed mom in the backseat of a police car.
I don't want you to get shooting.
The officer, Geronimo Yanez, not guilty.
All right, come on, here we go.
In Milwaukee, former police officer Dominique Hagan Brown, charged with first-degree reckless homicide, shooting Seville Smith last summer, even after Smith appears to toss his own weapon while running away. That shooting triggered 2 days of riots. Wednesday's verdict, not guilty. As with Ray Tensing, both cases hinged on whether the officers feared for their safety.
It's not any one acquittal. It's acquittal after acquittal after acquittal that shakes the faith of many of us in the ability to hold police officers accountable.
3 shootings deemed by many black and white cases on video, a decided shade of gray in a court of law. Ron Mott, NBC News, Chicago.
As we head into the weekend, millions are in the path of extreme weather, on alert for tornadoes and flash floods as the remnants of what was Tropical Storm Cindy slide to the north. NBC's Katie Beck has the latest.
Deep floodwater in Huntsville, Alabama. A car in trouble, submerged with a woman trapped inside. A dramatic rescue captured on video. The woman made it out safely. Remnants of Tropical Depression Cindy uprooting trees in Michigan, knocking out power to thousands. And in Dayton, Ohio, a wind gust during a rainy landing possibly flipped a Thunderbird military jet.
2 people trapped upside down in the aircraft.
The pilot and passenger there for an air show, stable, but both sent to the hospital.
The biggest threat for flash flooding will be right through Kentucky and Ohio, where up to 3 to 5 inches of additional rain is still possible.
Bringing the possibility of golf ball-sized hail and pop-up tornadoes, like the one in Fairfield, Alabama Thursday.
This is something that we're going to get past.
And in the West, triple-digit temperatures cause for widespread heat alerts, while those in Cindy's path brace for the next round. Katie Beck, NBC News, Atlanta.
North Korea today denied it had any role in Otto Warmbier's death, in the same statement saying the Ohio student was, quote, clearly a criminal. It's a stunning denial tonight from a regime still holding 3 Americans prisoner. Here's NBC News Chief Foreign Affairs Correspondent Andrea Mitchell.
A day after Otto Warmbier's funeral, North Korea responds for the first time to his death.
claiming it is a mystery to them, even saying the Obama White House never asked for his return, a charge swiftly denied by the State Department and former U.S. officials.
It's a murderous regime, and I think anything coming out of North Korea is not to be accepted as bearing any resemblance to the truth.
Wambir, clearly distraught at his sentencing last year,
begged for any kind of public protection.
A victim of the regime's brutality and its incompetence, say Korea experts.
They didn't seek treatment for him, and then it took them over a year to make a decision to release him, and by then it was too late.
Kenneth Bay, a Christian missionary, was held for more than 2 years, longer than any other American in North Korea. Getting out in 2014, today describing his ordeal.
They indicated that they could have cut my head off and bury me somewhere if I don't cooperate with them.
Even as Dennis Rodman, the eccentric former basketball star who visited Pyongyang again last week, today praised Kim Jong-un.
People don't see the good side about that country, but I think people don't see him as a friendly guy.
U.S. officials won't comment on any secret talks to rescue the 3 other Americans still being held in North Korea. But the Secretary of State says we are working on it. His aides say they hope the others will be able to return home soon. Lester?
All right, Andrea, thank you. We are seeing the first images tonight of the tense moments in the sky between U.S. and Russian military planes. Dramatic photos released by the U.S. military appear to show an armed Russian jet intercepting a U.S. spy plane recently in international airspace over the Baltic Sea. The Russian plane came within just 5 feet, according to the U.S. Sears has announced it's closing another 20 stores, adding to the more than 200 that have already been shuttered. One of the consequences of the staggering change in retail is on teenagers looking for work this summer. A job at the mall has been a tradition for millions for generations, but those jobs are now hard to find. Here's NBC business correspondent Jolene Kent.
I hate working the theater. All the action's on the other side of the mall.
That summer job at the mall, once a teenage rite of passage and a central theme of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, now may become a thing of the past.
I've sent out application after application.
20-year-old Khadijah Dixon is racing to find a position before summer's in full swing. She worked retail last summer.
Department stores, I've done sneaker jobs, I've done women's clothing.
There's a new reality for teens nationwide with more retail stores closing across the country and a boom in online sales. More stores at malls like this one simply aren't hiring.
Many retail jobs are now moving behind the scenes, often far away from mall locations.
Those jobs are not necessarily going away, they're just shifting to the back. It's just in the warehouses, it's in shipping and handling.
A new forecast shows teens will be better off looking for work outside of retail.
There's a lot of growing industries, construction, the medical industry, hospitals.
Another major factor, choice. More teens now use summer for educational purposes to boost their college applications. The number of teens at work has dropped 20 percentage points in the last 30 years. But job placement experts say summer jobs can be an invaluable experience for teens, not to mention helpful in affording the rising cost of college.
My expenses should be my expenses and not my parents at this age. And when I go back to school, I want to have money in my pocket as well.
And to get it, she might have to reimagine what her summer job will be. Jolene Kent, NBC News, Burbank, California.
There is sad news tonight about a member of our own NBC News family. Gabe Pressman, the legendary WNBC reporter who spent more than 6 decades on the air here in New York, has died. An Emmy Award-winning icon, Pressman made his TV debut in 1956. You name it, Pressman covered it, from the sinking of the Andrea Doria in 1956 to the September 11th attacks. He also interviewed every president, from Truman to Clinton. Gabe Pressman was 93. Still ahead tonight, rehab scam, allegations of rampant corruption in South Florida's drug rehabilitation industry, why some officials say it's fueling rather than fighting the nation's deadly overdose epidemic. Also a coaster comeback, the new attraction rising from the floodwaters of Superstorm Sandy.
To folks everywhere whose diabetic nerve pain shoots and burns its way into your day, I hear you. When that pain makes simple errands simply unbearable, I hear you. I hear you because my dad struggled.